Hi Hi everyone. How are you all doing today? I hope that you're doing fine and I hope that you're ready for the class today. So, welcome and I without wasting much of your time, we're just going to start now, okay? So, first up, I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, so first of all, what you need to do is logging using the aplusstudent.com. Okay, you log in with your email and your respective password. Okay, so after that, you click on your names, right? So you just need to look for where your name is. This is where you see all the names. So you just scroll down wherever your name is, and then you click on your name. Okay. All right. So after that, we just go to grade two, and we'll look for the chapter we're working on, which is subject and predicates. Okay, so this is a chapter here, subject and predicates. All right, so we have two lessons under subject and predicates, and we will finish them all now. Okay, so so first of all, you need to note what the subject is and what the predicate is as well. So this lesson is identify the subject of a sentence. So in this lesson, we'll be identifying just the subject of the lesson. Okay. All right. So now it says that every sentence has a subject and a predicate. Okay. So every sentence has a subject and a predicate. The subject tells who or what is doing something. It can be one word or more than one word. Okay. So now the subject is gonna tell you um who is doing something in a sentence. So it could be one word or more than one word. Okay. All right. So next off we have the examples. She sleeps a lot. Okay. She sleeps a lot. And then she here is just one word. And then the next one is her best friend sleeps a lot. Okay, so her best friend sleeps a lot. So her best friend is two word. Okay, just like it says, it could be one word or more than one word. Okay, now her best friend sleeps a lot and her friend sleeps a lot. Okay, all right, so her friend sleeps a lot, two words, and then her best friend sleeps a lot, two words. So now you need to note that in the subject, right, in a sentence, the subject is the main person that is doing the action. Okay, so the subject, it's usually all about the subject. All right, so now the person doing the action is the subject, right? So we'll get some examples, all right, for the subject. So each subject tells who sleeps a lot. Now, the third one, her best friend, her friend, she. Okay, so now each of the subjects tells who sleeps a lot. Okay, so we'll just go over and have some examples. Okay, all right, so let's have some examples. So, for example for the subject, right? So, I'm so sorry, just hold on a bit. So, example. Okay, so first off, let's get the first example. Now, we can have Lee ate the pie. Okay, so now if we're looking for the subject here, it has to be who ate the pie, who is doing the action, which of course it is Lee. So Lee is doing the action. Okay, so now Lee is subject. Okay, so now the subject goes to Lee. All right, and also from the example from the tutorials, she sleeps a lot. Now she could be you, it could be me, it could be your sister, it could be anybody. So she sleeps a lot. All right, so now she now is doing the action, right? Whoever the she is doing the action. All right, and then she is the subject. Okay, so that's all about it for the subject. Okay, that is all about it and all you need to know from identifying the subject. Okay, all right, so now the next one is we'll have some more examples. Okay, um let me just write that here for you. We have all, because you see that so far all these subjects are just one word. Okay, all these subjects so far are just one word. So we have all butterflies taste with their feet. So now all butterflies taste with their feet. All right, so now all butterflies is the subject. Okay, so all butterfly is doing the action. So all butterfly is doing the action. Okay, so that's it. And then it is not only one word like Lee and she. Okay, it is more than one word now. It is two words. Okay, it's two words now. So action. All right, so let's check some more. Now the other example from the book says her friend sleeps a lot. All right. So her friend is two words, just like the all butterflies. Okay. So her friend is doing the action in the sentence, right? So now when you're asked who sleeps a lot, it's gonna be her friend, right? So her friend sleeps a lot. So her friend is doing all the action. Okay. All right. So now we move on here to see that it says it can be more than one word. Oh yeah, it can be one word. Okay, that's what you need to note. Okay, so the subject could be more than one or it could be one word. So whenever you see the subject and then it has maybe three words or something, you know that that is the subject, as long as it specifies that okay, this is the person doing something, this is the person doing something in this sentence. Okay, all right, so let's move on to some examples under. Okay, all right. We have select the two words that make up the subject. Select the two words that make up the subject. And now, Stan's brother tricked me. Stan's brother tricked me. So now, who is gonna be? Let's say that you answer trick me. Trick me is not the action, okay? It's not the person doing the action, okay? So now, the person doing the action who is tricking someone is Stan's brother. Okay, so Stan's brother is the subject. All right. So yeah, the subject is Stan's brother. It tells who tricked me. Yeah, exactly. So it's Stan's brother. It tells who tricked someone. All right. So the next is Select the two words that make up the subject. My uncle lives next door. My uncle lives next door. Okay, so who lives next door? Okay, who's the subject here? You have to select the two word. So it's gonna be my uncle. Okay, so my uncle, it tells who lives next door. All right. Now we have some more examples here. It says select the two words that make up the subject. The woman named her baby. So now who is the subject? Who is naming a baby here? The woman. Okay. So she named the baby, so the woman is the subject. Okay, so I'm just gonna share the screen for you so that you can have um some more examples. Just hold on a bit. All right. Just give me a moment. Just a moment, guys. So I'm gonna share in a bit. All right. So we have the worksheet here, and I'm just gonna share. All right. So sharing right away. Okay. So okay. So we have a worksheet here, and this worksheet, right? Okay, so now this is the worksheet here, and we just need to use that to look at the one that tells us about the subject and also that tells us about the predicates. Okay, but first we're not gonna focus on the predicates. We're just gonna focus on the subjects, right? So we have some examples here. Okay, and yeah, this is it. Underline the subject. All you need to do is find the one that is the subject here. So now, I enjoy pizza with sausage and pepperoni. Okay, so I enjoy pizza with sausage and pepperoni. Okay, all right. So now you need to just find the person who enjoys the pizza. Okay, now the person who enjoys it is I. So I is the subject. All right, you see the I here? This I is the subject. This one here. This I here is the subject because it says I enjoy pizza with pepperoni. So who enjoys it? I am the one. I'm the one who enjoys it, right? So that's it. And then the next one says The old house on the corner has a big garden in the backyard. The old house on the corner has a big garden in the backyard. So now, which of this is gonna be the subject of the sentence? What is gonna be the subject, right? So now what we're looking for is the subject, and yeah, the subject is gonna be what? The old house. Okay, so the old house is the subject because the old house has the big garden, it has the backyard. All right. So if you just say big garden, backyard, okay, what are you talking about? We have no idea what you're talking about because you're only saying big garden, backyard. So who has the big garden? Who has the backyard? We have no idea. So now the old house is the subject. And then also we have Lynn, my mom's best friend, plays cards with her family. So now who are you talking about here? Who is the main subject here? Who's the main subject? Is it my mom's best friend, Lean, or who? So now Lean is the subject because she is the main person. So Lean is as well my mom's best friend and she plays cards with her family. So now if you just say only my mom's best friend, we do not have an idea who or which of your mom's best friend you're referring to. Okay, you're only just telling us my mom's best friend and we do not know. We do not know who you're referring to, right? Okay. Now the hammer on the shelf can be used to work on the project. The hammer on the shelf can be used to work on the project. So now the hammer is the only subject here because that is what we can use to work on the project. Okay, so we're gonna use the hammer. Now our dog Rocky loves to chase sticks and balls. Our dog Ricky loves to chase sticks and balls. Okay, so now is it gonna be our dog or Ricky? So which one is gonna be the subject? It's gonna be our dog. Our dog is the subject here. Okay, so this is all that goes on for subject and predicate. So back on here, we'll move on to the test here. Okay, so let's just say one more example from here. All right, so the plane landed quickly. Okay, so you need to just find two words that make up the subject, and of course, it's gonna be the plane because you cannot say plane landed. So the two words that make up the subject is the plane. All right, so moving on to the test now. Select the two words. Okay, you have 30 questions, and we're gonna answer a few together. Yeah. After that, then you finish it up all alone. Select the two words that make up the subject. Okay, so you need to just select the two words that make up the subject. Those boys missed the game. Is it those boys or the game? So now it's those boys because who missed the game? It's the boys, right? Yeah, so they're the subjects. Select two words that make up the subject. Frank's aunt sang the song. So now you need to select the words that make up the subject. And what if you click on the song, right? And then you see that, oh, the song is wrong. Okay. So whenever you click on something, right, and then it goes wrong, all you need to do is just scroll down. Okay. You can read the explanation here. So this is the detailed explanation. And after that, you can see the right answer. Okay. So the subject is Frank's aunt. It tells who sang the song. Okay. Okay. So now got it. Select the one word that makes up the subject. Babies cry at night. Babies cry at night. So you need to find the subject. So who is crying at night? It's babies, right? The babies cry at night. So the babies is the subject. All right. So now select the one word that make up the subject. Sparky pulled the rope. So Sparky pulled the rope, right? Okay, so who is pulling the rope? It's Sparky, right? So that's the subject. And then next one says dogs smell well. So maybe you click on smell and you just click on that and it's wrong. You just scroll down. You see the detailed explanation here down below. All you need to do is just read this again and then find out what the subject is saying. So the subject tells who or what is doing something and yes, so that's the subject. Okay? All right, so select this will be the last one that we'll do together. All right, and then select the words that make up the subject. Your brother runs fast. Your brother runs fast. So who runs fast? It's gonna be who? Your brother. Okay, so your brother runs fast. Okay. All right, so that's basically everything here, right? I hope that you can finish these and you do understand everything, okay, about this lesson. We'll move on to the last lesson for this subject, okay? So yeah. All right, so this is it. So it shows 14% because I am not even halfway through the test. I left it at some point. So once you finish the test, it's gonna show you completed. Okay, so yeah, we'll click on this one. Identify the predicate of a sentence. So the last thing that we did was we identified the subject. Okay, so now we need to identify the predicate. So every sentence has a verb and a predicate, of course. Okay, so every sentence has the subject who is doing it, doing the action, and then the predicate is the action going on. So what is going on in that sentence? It's the predicate. Okay, so now the predicate tells what the subject is doing. So it's gonna tell us that this is what the subject is doing. The subject is cooking. The subject is dancing. Yes. The predicate tells us what the subject is doing. It is the verb plus any other word that tell more about it. Okay? So the verb plus any other word that tells you more about what is going on. It can be one word or more than one word. Okay, so it can be one word or more than one word. So yeah, now her friend sleeps. Her friend sleeps a lot. Her friend sleeps a lot on the weekend. So sleeps here now is the verb and that is the predicate because that is what the person is doing in the sentence. All right, and then sleeps a lot. Sleeps a lot is more than one word, it is attached to the other words. Then sleep a lot on the weekend, right? So it says the verb plus any other word that tells me about it. So this is the verb and more words that tells about what her friend is doing. Okay. So now from the examples that we had earlier on, right? So it says that Lee ate the pie. So when we said Lee was the subject, right? So now ate here is the verb, which is the predicate. Now, the pie is any other word, okay, that makes it more together, okay, that makes them more joined together. So, at the pie. So, when you have the at is the verb, but then the pie, at the pie, now is the word joined together with other words that explains more about the predicate. Okay, Then she sleeps a lot. Sleeps is the verb, predicate. Okay, so sleep is the predicate, and then a lot is the other words that add up to the sentence. So sleep a lot is the predicate. Then all butterflies taste with their feet. Taste the verb, which is the predicate. Okay, with their feet. So with their feet is added up to this sentence. Okay, to make the predicate properly explained. Okay, yeah. So that's basically it. And then we're gonna see some examples. Select the three words that make up the predicate. So you have three words that is gonna make up the predicate. And what are the three words? Class begins at 9. Class begins at 9. So what is the subject? The subject is the class, right? And the predicate is what? Begins at 9. Okay? The predicate is begins at 9. So here begins at 9, it tells what class does. Okay, so it tells you what is going on, what the class is gonna do, and all that. So the class is gonna start by what? By 9. Select the three words that make up the predicate. We run to school. So we here stands for the subject, and run is the verb. So run to school, the predicate. Okay, we run to school. So when you say run to school, yes, run to school is word is the predicate. Now select the three words that make up the predicate. My sister rides her bike. So my sister is the subject, then rides her bike. Okay, so rides her bike is what the predicate. Okay, so rides her bike. Rides is the verb. That is what is going on in the sentence. That is what the sister is doing. So she's riding. That's the action going on. Okay, yeah. So yeah. Select two words that make up the predicate. The clown laughs loudly. The clown laughs loudly. So laughs is the verb, and that's the predicate. Laughs loudly. So now who is doing the action? The clown is doing the action. Okay. So yeah, that's it. Select the three words that make up the predicate. The teachers looked for you. The teachers looked for you. So the teachers is the subject, looked for you. So that's it, the predicate. So it's gonna be looked for you as the predicate. All right. Then your family walked outside. Two words that make up the predicate. Your family walked outside. So your family is the subject, and then walked outside is what the family is doing. So that's the predicate. Okay. So we'll move on to the test now. Now we have 30 questions, and let's see how many we can do together. So select the words that make up the predicate. The woman named her baby. So the woman is the subject. Named her baby is the predicate. Select the three words that make up the predicate. Your friend lost her lunch. So your friend is what? Your friend is the subject. And lost her lunch. Lost her lunch. Yeah. Our cat comes to me. Our cat is word. Our cat is the subject. And comes to me is the predicate. Okay. So yeah, that's basically everything. Then yeah. So alright, so moving to the next one. Your family worked outside. So your family is the subject and worked outside. Worked outside. Okay. All right. So now the clown laughs loudly. Okay. So the clown is the subject and then laughs loudly. Yes, that is the action going on. Okay. So yeah, the predicates. All right. Select the two words that make up the predicate. The card surprised me. Okay, the card surprised me. Now, the two words that make up the predicate is surprised me. Surprised me. Okay, so puppies. Okay, puppies play together. So now we have puppies play together, and then let's say that you click on puppies play. Now you see that it's wrong, right? So when you click on the wrong answer, right, you just need to scroll down. Okay, okay. You just scroll down. When you scroll down, you're gonna see the correct explanation here. So you see that, oh, it explains that it's not puppies play, it's play together. So it tells you what the predicate is, what the predicate does, and yeah, so that's it. So now, I'm gonna let you finish up all this remaining tests by yourself. I hope that you understand and then you can finish it up. But we have some little worksheet here that we can look through so that you fully understand this as well. So from this one, we said that I was the subject. So what is gonna be the predicate? Enjoy pizza with sausage and pepperoni. Okay, so the predicate is gonna be enjoy pizza. Okay, now the old house. So now the old house was the subject right here. We clicked on the old house as the subject. So now it's gonna be on the corner, has a big garden in the backyard, right? So this last part is gonna be what? This last part is going to be the predicates. Okay? So the last part is gonna be the predicates. Okay? So yeah, just a moment, please. Okay, so moving on to the next. It says Lynn, my mother's best friend, plays cards and plays cards with her family, right? Okay, so it's gonna be what? My mother's best friend plays cards with her family. So that's the predicate. Okay? Yeah. Then the hammer. So on the shelf can be used to work on the project. Okay? The hammer. So the hammer is words. The hammer is the subject, and then on the shelf can be used to work on the project is the predicate. Okay? And then our dog, Rocky, loves to chase sticks and balls. So it's gonna be what Rocky loves to chase sticks and balls. Okay? Alright. So the shop owner would be the subject. Okay, so when you have the shop owner, it's actually the subject. Okay, so the shop owner J, okay, gives us free candy whenever we stop to say hello. All right, so the last part is gonna be words, it's gonna be the predicate. Okay, so that's it. Then a microwave and a blender cannot both fit on the counter in my kitchen. So, what's the subject? A microwave and a blender. Here, cannot on the counter in my kitchen is the predicate. And then Amy, Carol, Rachel went to France together for vacation. So, went to France together for vacation is what is the predicate. Tom and Anne are going to have dinner at the restaurant. So Tom and Anne are what? The subject, right? Are going to have dinner at the restaurant. Yes, that's the predicate. Okay? So I hope that you do understand this. All right? I hope that you understand this and you are cleared with the lesson. All right? So yeah, just let's just look at this for a while before we end. Okay? Now, select the three words that make up the predicate. It's gonna be gave me presents. Okay, so gave me presents. And then select the three words that make up the case. We ran to school. So we stands for the subject. So ran to school. Yeah, predicates. And then select the three words that make up the predicate. Police found the dog. And then the three words is gonna be found the dog because the police here is the subject. Police is people who found the dog, right? So the next part, found the dog, is the predicate. And then select the two words that make up the predicate. Your sister knows me. So your sister is what? The subject. And knows me is what? The predicate. And then we have turtles live in water. Three words now. Turtles live in water. So turtles is the subject because who lives in water, right? It's gonna be turtles. So live in water. All right. So the teachers looked for you. So the teachers what the subject and then look for you is the predicate. Okay. So I do hope that you understand the subjects, the lesson for subject and predicates. Okay, I do hope that you can also finish your test. Right. So once you're done, it's gonna show you the sign here, and then you could get 100, or depending on how good you did, you're gonna get your score. Right. So um, I hope that you do understand. And yeah, that's gonna be it for today. We're gonna meet again next week to have a good night and see you everyone. Bye.